Dear students, today we are going to learn about the few fundamental elements which helps us estimate the earth magnetism at a place. And before talking about those three elements of earth magnetism, we need to define certain terms which we shall be using to explain them. So let us understand these terms one by one. The first term is geographic axis of earth. You know, it is the line joining the geographic poles of earth. You know that the geographic axis of earth is different from the magnetic axis of earth. Now, the geographic meridian at a place on Earth's surface is defined as a vertical plane passing through the geographic axis. A vertical plane passing through the geographic axis of Earth, and therefore, when we change the place, the plane of geographic meridian changes, because every different place has different vertical plane. So this is geographic meridian. Now we talk about magnetic axis of earth. It is the line joining the magnetic poles of earth. You see, the magnetic pole of earth is slightly different from the geographic pole of earth. So the line joining the magnetic poles of earth is known as magnetic axis, and magnetic meridian at any place on earth's surface is the vertical plane passing through the magnetic axis of earth. And therefore you can very much understand that magnetic meridian also varies from place to place. Now we talk about the elements of earth magnetism. Means we have to know these three things to understand the magnetic field of earth at any given place. So these elements are the horizontal component of earth's magnetism, and the dip angle and the angle of declination. What is a horizontal component of magnetic field? You can very much understand that the magnetic field of earth is like this, as you can see over here. We have drawn the diagram of earth, and the red line shows the magnetic axis of earth. These lines, dotted lines, are representing the magnetic field lines of earth, and the direction of magnetic field at a given point will be found by drawing a tangent at that point. Say for example, we consider this point and we draw a tangent at that point on the magnetic field lines. That will give us the direction of magnetic field at that point. Now we want to find the horizontal component of earth magnetism at that point. Then you can very much understand the vertical component will be along the radius. The vertical component will be along the radius of earth. So naturally you can understand that this direction, the value of magnetic field in this direction will be the vertical component of earth's magnetic field, and we represent it by BV, suffix V. And the horizontal component will be slightly different from this, and that will be, say, BH. So that means when we gradually move to equator, there you will see that the magnetic field is nothing but along the direction of horizontal direction at that point, and therefore the vertical component of the magnetic field will be 0. at equator, as I have written over here, the horizontal component is nothing but equal to the magnetic field at that point when it is the case of equator, and the vertical component will be 0, because the magnetic field is itself along the direction of horizontal direction, while we are finding it on the equatorial point of Earth. And when we go to the pole, what you see, the direction of magnetic field is vertical, so therefore the horizontal component will be 0. And in between the equator and pole, the horizontal component of magnetic field will be along a direction other than the will be along the direction of horizontal, but the value of horizontal component of Earth will be always less than the magnetic field, always less than the magnetic field of Earth at that point, because you see the magnetic field horizontal component is 0 at pole and it is maximum at equator. So gradually the horizontal component of magnetic field keeps increasing as we move from pole to equator, and the vertical component is maximum over here. So as we move from pole to equator, the vertical component of magnetic field will decrease gradually. Now here the actual diagram should be slightly other than horizontal. Magnetic field is along a direction other than horizontal, and this should be at 90 degree to the vertical direction. So this should be horizontal component, and the vertical component is always along the radius. So now you see, when we talk about the horizontal component, we have now understood that if we hang a bar magnet freely with the means of thread, then the magnet usually dips, one of its pole dips down from the horizontal level, and the angle that it makes with the horizontal direction is known as dip angle, and that is the direction of horizontal component of magnetic field making with the Earth magnetic field at that place. It is also denoted by delta or I. It is also known as angle of inclination. Now we talk about angle of declination. What is angle of declination? We have just talked about magnetic meridian and geographic meridian. The angle between the two, magnetic and geographic meridian, is known as angle of declination. Here I have shown in a separate diagram. If we consider these two planes are the magnetic meridian and geographic meridian, then the angle between these two meridians, magnetic meridian and geographic meridian, is known as angle of declination. Now you see, angle of declination will vary from a maximum of 11.5 degree to a minimum of 0 degree. Let us try to understand it from this figure. What you can see is we have drawn the magnetic axis and geographic axis of Earth in the plane of the whiteboard. So if we consider some point on this place, say, then in that case the magnetic meridian and geographic meridian both lie in the plane of whiteboard, and therefore the angle between the magnetic meridian and geographic meridian for this place will be 0, because both of them lie in the same plane, so angle between those two planes is 0. But when you think about, think in 3 dimensions, if we think about moving over here by 90 degree, if we move over here, then in that case the geographic meridian will be along this palm and the magnetic meridian will be along this palm. So So the angle between these two meridians will be 11.5 degree, the maximum angle between these two axes. So that means the angle of declination varies from place to place, and it varies from 0 degree to 11.5 degree, a maximum. The magnetic meridian and geographic meridian also varies from place to place, because the plane keeps changing. Vertical plane for a given place is different from the vertical plane for another place on the earth's surface. So this is all about the earth's magnetism, and once we know all these three components, we can always ascertain the value of earth magnetism at that place. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.